Hey guys, Sky here. So we're going over a Stamblade gank build today. This is an Onslaught gank build. We're using a couple different skills, but we're going to be loading them into the same global cooldown, and they're going to be all landing at the same time. It's going to be amazing. We're going to do 40,000 damage from stealth. I don't know why Zoss has this stuff in the game, but I aim to teach you all about it. So, jumping right in, we're going to look. We're running Baylorg, right? So, if you're not familiar with this set, it drops from March of Sacrifices. It is a one-piece weapon damage, and when you use an ultimate ability, you gain weapon and spell damage for 10 seconds, equal to twice the amount of ultimate consumed. So, we got Onslaught. It costs 150 ultimate. It's going to give us 300 weapon damage, and that gets buffed by our major brutality and our stealth buff as well. So you do not need 500 ultimate to make this build work. To make even if you get the most out of Baylorg, you can gank just fine with 150 ultimate. You're totally going to do a ton of damage still. Another thing real quick about Onslaught, so this does not refund the amount of ultimate consumed. It only refunds the amount of ultimate that it costs. So it only refunds 150 ultimate. We're running Swordslinger, so this buffs our Onslaught and Wrecking Blow by a ton, 450 weapon damage, and then Automaton, which is 400 weapon damage to those physical damage abilities. So we're running 7 Divines, and we're running the Warrior Mundus. So I learned when playing around with this build that if you want to gank and you want to kill people and you want to do it consistently and not be angry at yourself and getting, you know, just wrecked, and you're like, why am I not doing enough damage? If you want to gank, you got to commit to it. You got to go full gank. Like, it makes everything so much more fun about it. And you just have so much more success, as opposed to like only being able to kill a couple squishy people that you could probably kill on any class, right, in any build. It's like, oh, now I'm just doing it from stealth. Like, you know, what's cool about that? No, we want to kill half of Cyrodiil with our nasty Onslaught bonk. So for gear, this is the most damage that I have found. I tested a lot of sets, Hunding's, Archer's Mind, a lot of different things that maybe some of y'all haven't heard of, maybe you have, and this is the most damage for this particular Onslaught Wrecking Blow gank setup. So just going over to food real quick, we're running the Candy Jester coins. That's max stam and Magicka recovery. This is really nice because when we're on our back bar and we have a potion up, we have like 1600 Magicka recovery, and we can be in cloak for a long time, and we can always keep our buffs up. So we're stage 4 vamp as well for the sneaking speed passive. With this, we can just fly around with our channeled acceleration that gives us major expedition. So it's pretty great. You don't have very many buffs to keep up on this, so it's a nice setup. Looking at skills, so we got 4 momentum. This guy cleanses stairs as well as gives us major brutality. We've got Silver Leash and Evil Hunter. Evil Hunter gives us the crit, major savagery, which is actually kind of nice because we can run tripods, but the main reason it's on our bar is for the Slayer passive, which increases our weapon damage by 3%. I think some of you guys are starting to catch on now. We want a lot of weapon damage. And we're running Wrecking Blow and Killer's Blade here. So Wrecking Blow, this is kind of our opener from stealth. It empowers your next light attack. So you Wrecking Blow and then light attack, and it's a ton of damage. It's just a lot of damage in and of itself, especially with the sets that we have buffing it. And then we're running Onslaught here. So Onslaught, of course, is our kind of execute, just the core of this build. So on our back bar, we're running Siphoning Attacks, the Magicka Morph. This just helps us give more cloaks out, and, you know, stay in stealth a little longer. Relentless Focus, this is Minor Berserk, as well as Minor Endurance for stam recovery, which isn't a huge deal, but it's nice to have. Concealed Weapon, this is for the movement speed while in stealth. Shadowy Disguise, this is our cloak, of course, as well as Guaranteed Crit. And Channeled Acceleration, this is Minor Force and Major Expedition. Soul Siphon on the back bar, there's a couple different ultimates you can run here. You can run Barrier for even more Magicka recovery. I prefer Soul Siphon. I've actually found that it's helped me actually get out alive a few times You'll see in the clips that I've used Soul Siphon to live and be able to get a couple cloaks off and get away. So I do have a soft spot for that guy. Potions, like I said, we're running tripods. Keep invisibility pots as well. I think the invisibility and major expedition pots are the best ones. Those guys are nice to have if you are out of Magicka trying to get away. It's always nice to get away after a gank, you know, especially after a failed gank. It's embarrassing if you fail and die, trust me. So look at CP real quick. Just going to go pretty basic here. 61 Ironclad, 58 Resistant, 40 Thick Skin, 37 Hardy, 43 Elemental Defender. Aiming for that Unchained passive as usual. Pretty much every class, everyone should have this passive. Expert Defender 6, Quick Recovery 19. This stuff doesn't really matter. You're gonna die if someone catches you off guard. So Warlord 40, 29 Sprinter, 1 Siphoner, 56 Mooncat, 56 Arcanist. We do want this Magicka recovery. It's definitely nice to have. 40 Tumbling, 47 Shade. So this helps us keep our stam up, because we don't want to, if we run out of stam, we can't sneak anymore. So we want to be able to maintain that stam pool while we sneak. It's really hard to run out, honestly, but this just makes it even harder. And then I don't know where else to put that. So here's the blue tree. This is important, and this is what I believe to be the best CP setup for this build, and I will tell you why. So we have 81 Master at Arms. You get 24% increase to direct damage. If you put 19 more points in here, you get 1% more of direct damage. But we are using Wrecking Blow, and we're empowering that next light attack. Wouldn't you rather have 19 points into that light attack for a 12% buff on that light attack? Right? See what I'm getting at here? So then over here we got 81 precise strikes. Once again, you could put 19 more points in here to get 1% more of a critical damage buff. But instead, we put 14 here into piercing, as well as only go to 75 on mighty for the same reason, 14% as opposed to 15%. We get 14 into piercing. This gives us 1374 penetration for our Wrecking Blow and light attack, because even though this ignores all the penetration, this skill does not, and our light attack does not. So what our combo is here is we want all our buffs up, right, and we want to cloak to guarantee the crit, and then we want to Wrecking Blow, light attack, and then onslaught. I'm not going to use it just yet because I want to show you guys something, but the reason that we are using the Warrior Mundus as opposed to the newly buffed Shadow, I tested that a lot. The reason we're wearing Automatons as opposed to Archer's Mind, the reason we are doing all this, the reason we're not a Khajiit, the reason we are a Dunmer, by the way, is because of this passive that I think goes overlooked very often on Nightblades. Increase your weapon damage and spell damage by 10% while you're sneaking and invisible. 10% doesn't sound like a lot, but you guys, we're working with 5,500, 450, and then 400. I mean, we are working with so much damage here. That 10% is going to add like another 300 damage. It's insane. I'll put the actual calculations in the description, but that's what we're going for here. That's why we're running the Warrior. That's why we're running 7 Divines. So what we end up with all our buffs up, Cloak to guarantee the crit, is 6,546 weapon damage that we can see, plus 450 plus 396 since I need to gold out this belt. I mean, it's so much damage, and we're ignoring all of our resistances. It's absolutely bonkers. So just to go over again, I'm out of ultimate now since I killed the target dummy, but we want to Wrecking Blow, light attack. Make sure you hit that light attack. Just see that enchant proc, and then your Onslaught. And here's what I was talking about with the disease, by the way. We're going to have to get out of combat here. See this? This guy right here. It hits instantly, along with the befouled weapon. The poisoned does not. So, anyways, guys, that's all I got for you on this. So, like I said, I did a lot of testing on this setup. I know it's pretty straightforward, and if you've onslaughted before, you've probably used this setup before, but I just kind of wanted to go over why, and I kind of wanted to just show you guys what my thoughts were, and a couple things about the combo that you may not see in other videos. So I hope you enjoy the gameplay. I hope you enjoy the video. Let me know if you have any feedback and questions like that. Appreciate everyone being here. Thanks.